All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the lady that you see on my screen, as of right now, is accused of doing something very heinous. For us here at the AFC, this is nothing abnormal, which is very sad to say. This woman that you see on my screen is from Danville, Virginia, and she is charged in connection to the death of her 3-month-old baby. But here's the catch. Her family doesn't believe that she was the one who committed the crime. I'm going to read that again. Her family does not believe that she is responsible for doing this crime that she was arrested for. So some of y'all need to hear some backstory. Here we go. The Rockingham County Sheriff's Office says that 30-year-old Shantiequa Woods is charged with first-degree murder and felony child abuse in the death of her son that you see on my screen, Isaiah Woods, that beautiful little innocent tiny baby. He was only 3 months old. He's a very tiny little bitty baby. And that really breaks my heart, man, because I love kids. I love babies. And, you know, I remember when my daughter was that young and that small. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful, innocent little baby, man. Can y'all give me a thumbs up or a heart emoji in the chat, man, for this little baby boy right here that y'all see on my screen? Again, that's Isaiah Woods. His mother is charged, and they believe that she was the one that murdered this little boy. Right now, she has a first-degree murder and felony child abuse charge on her right now. Now, her family says that they don't believe that she did it and that the wrong person is behind bars. So here's my question, as we always ask pertinent questions here. So who is it that they believe is responsible for the murder of this baby? And how can they prove it? Because I don't believe that you could just say nobody did nothing to this baby. The baby sure didn't do it to himself, right? Now, they say that woman is 30 years old. She looked like she's about 60 years old in the face. My goodness. I know that's a very unattractive woman, but sometimes unattractive women can have very beautiful babies in spite of that. All right. Now, her family says that Woods has been around children all her life and she would never put a child in danger. I want y'all to hear that again while I read it again. The family is saying that one of the reasons they believe why she did not kill her baby is because she's been around children her entire life and she would never put a child in danger. But let me ask you guys a question. How many times have you guys watched stories about daycare workers who apparently do that for a living have ended up killing children? I've heard of a lot of them. Quite a few of them. A lot of daycares have been shut down. A lot of people haven't been arrested. A lot of babies have been murdered in daycare, and that's what they do for a living. Okay? So I don't think just because of the fact that you've been around kids, I don't think that proves anything. All right? Now, Isaiah was her world, and I don't see my sister hurting her baby, says her sister Letitia Towns, who tried to hold back tears as she spoke about her sister and the death of this little baby, Isaiah. Her nephew's gone, and now her sister is behind bars. But Towns says she doesn't believe Shantiequa killed her son. I think anybody with the name Shantiequa probably would kill anybody, let alone their own baby. But I digress. I'm just saying. All right? Now, she said she's been with many kids and kept plenty of kids, Towns said. She's not going to hurt a child, not her own as well. Now, 30-year-old Shantiequa Woods is charged with first-degree murder and felony child abuse. Now, what do you get for first-degree murder? Let's see. In America, what do they give you for first-degree murder? Does anybody out there in the chat know? That's right. They give you life in prison or the death penalty. That's not a thing that they play with. That is a very, very serious charge. Okay? Now, people are asking, Where's the boyfriend? Hashtag when you date thugs, you date death. Here's the thing. Town says Woods had the baby stay at her boyfriend's house, not the father, but the boyfriend. Go figure. We talk about boyfriends all the time here, right? So she didn't let the baby stay with her baby daddy, which the baby definitely could have done so. No, she put this kid around her boyfriend and left the kid at the house in Rockingham County while she went to Danville to run errands, which, just so you guys know, from Rockingham County to Danville, from one destination to the other, is about a 25-minute to 30-minute drive. It's a very short drive. Why didn't she just take the baby with her? But I want you guys to understand, they wasn't saying that she was going to work. They did not say that she was going to do anything productive but run errands. So why couldn't she take the child with her since she loved children so much? Put a pin in that. We'll come back to it. She says her sister got a call from her boyfriend saying the baby needed to go to the hospital. Now, why didn't the boyfriend call 911? That would be my first question, right? Why didn't the boyfriend call 911? The boyfriend did not call the baby's mom. That was not his first phone call. He called her sister on her phone. One would have to ask, if this woman left her child with her boyfriend, why didn't the boyfriend call the mom, who the mom left this baby in his custody? He didn't call the mom. He called her sister. Let alone this dumbass did not call 911. If a baby is suffering a medical emergency, then that means that you have a responsibility legally to call 911, or that's an arrestable offense. But I digress. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let me give a shout out real quick to Jamaica Cassidy, who sent us a very, very nice $24.99. Said, hello, DJ. I'm late, but I'm here. Jamaica, you are amazing, and I thank you so much for your donation and contribution. I really do appreciate that. I cannot thank you ladies so much, man. You guys are amazing. Keyshawn, Mom's Fur Babies, I got y'all donations also. Jimmy D, I got yours. You always send something. Thank you guys for always doing that, okay? I think that's weird, the fact that he called her sister. Matter of fact, why does he even have the sister's phone number? Is he fucking the sister? I don't get that. Maybe some of y'all could explain that to me. Why did he call the sister, not the mom? And why didn't he call 911 if it was a medical emergency? But I guess we could just skip all of that. I guess that doesn't matter. Investigators believe that baby Isaiah suffered blunt force trauma to his head and his torso. He's only 3 months old, keep in mind. And later died as a result of his injuries. Did y'all hear me on that? What is blunt force trauma? Does anybody remember what that is? And I know y'all hear that a lot on my channel, and I really, really hate to be the deliverer of bad news, but we hear that so often here, it's damn near normal. Blunt force trauma to the head, which means that it destroyed the brain on the inside. Caused the baby to probably have brain damage and end up brain dead probably. And trauma to the torso. And he died because of those injuries. We're not going to let Shantiequa sit in jail behind her baby's death, knowing that my sister didn't kill her baby. That's her sister talking. Now, according to Rockingham Sheriff's County office, the incident happened on the 100 block of Aberdeen Road in Ruffin, North Carolina, Thursday night. That's a 30-minute drive from where she lives, okay? 30-year-old Shantiequa Woods was charged Thursday, February the 20th, which is just 6 days ago, with first-degree murder. Not second, not third, not manslaughter. First degree. And felony child abuse in the death of her son, Isaiah Woods. It was the home of the boyfriend's mother and the boyfriend, said Rockingham Sheriff County Sam Page. For the people who did not catch that, that means the boyfriend that she went to go see, he lives with his mama. Wow. Wow. Some of y'all are saying y'all think he threw him on the floor, hit him upside the head. I think the baby was probably punched or smacked or slapped. Throw him on the floor is possible. I just hate thinking about that. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I just hate thinking about that. Like, that just pisses me off to just think about that. It was the home of the boyfriend's mother and the boyfriend. That means that this ain't shit nigga, and I'm going to give y'all his name. Do y'all want me to give you his name? I'll give you his name. I know who the boyfriend is. Not personally, but I know his name. Y'all want me to put his name out there? Y'all want me to expose this boyfriend who had this fat, nasty ass bitch of a girlfriend, and this nigga lives with his own mama? Like, what are niggas doing nowadays? I know women keep saying that there's not a lot of good men out there, but goddamn, man, at some point, you got to step up and get your own place to live and stop being a titty baby. Get off your mama's titty, Jesus Christ. So there were others in the home when this occurred. So that means maybe somebody else also knew what happened. Let's keep going. The Sheriff Page said that both the boyfriend and the boyfriend's mom are charged with unrelated offenses at this time. I totally did not catch that when I wrote this document. I'm going to read that again. Sheriff Page said that the boyfriend and his mama are charged with unrelated charges, not relating to the baby, on something unrelated. So not only did one of them get charged, but the other got charged for something that ain't got nothing to do with this little baby. Meaning, when you date thugs, you date death, hood hoes love hood dick. It sounds like everybody is hood than a motherfucker. Does it not? Everybody got arrested. Any death is very serious and sad situation, but the death of a child, it reaches everybody, and that's according to Sheriff Page. Authorities took the baby's remains to the medical examiner's office in Roanoke. Investigators believe 3-month-old Isaiah Woods suffered blunt force trauma to his head and torso and later died because of those injuries. His mother was later arrested. Woods' boyfriend, y'all said y'all want the name? Here it is. Her boyfriend, who the family identified as Howard Easley, Howard Easley, Easley, if y'all want to look him up, hasn't returned a request for comment. And I want you guys to notice something. Notice that he has not been arrested for this crime. And normally they would arrest a man first and ask questions later, especially when it comes to the handling of a child in situations like this. But they apparently didn't have any probable cause that he did something to that baby. Y'all catch that? The mom, Woods, will have her first court appearance on Monday, and the Rockingham County Sheriff's Office announced on February 21st that Isaiah's mom was charged, arrested, and taken to Rockingham County Detention Facility with, you guessed it, zero bond. No bond. Let me say this before I show you guys the news videos. She put her child in harm's way. To the family, if you're not going to tell us who abused and killed this baby, then in my opinion, ma'am, especially to the sister, how about you just shut the fuck up? Because if you weren't there, if you do not know what happened, then I don't know why you're talking and trying to defend her rather than defend this innocent little baby. If you know what happened, then I believe it is your responsibility and duty not to tell us that it wasn't your sister, but it's your responsibility to tell us who actually did it. I'm sure my audience understands. My second point, don't tell us Shantiequa didn't do it. Then if y'all know that she didn't do it, then you need to tell us who did it, which I already covered. She took that baby to a place that is not her home. The baby had extensive injuries, And my question to you guys is, how does she not know what happened to her baby at this foreign place? This baby was not living at this house. So you took the baby there, dropped the baby off, and now it's everybody else's fault that the baby is dead? That doesn't even make any sense. Lastly, why is the family being so defensive and showing no sympathy for this dead baby? And I want you guys to take a look at these news videos. Even the investigators chose not to charge the boyfriend for the murder as of right now. Based on right now, because that could change. But the mom is facing first-degree murder and felony child abuse, which is a mandatory life sentence. And that means that they believe that she was truly and solely responsible for the murder of that little baby. Let me go ahead and give you guys the fair usage, and let's go ahead and get started. And hopefully my stream won't mess up. Let's get it. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. Mom's fur babies, don't act like you know me. Y'all know, hey, y'all know I get really, really cuckoo about these babies. It really pisses me off. Like, for real, for real. Who said that? Let me see. Why didn't she let the dad watch him? Thank you. That was my whole point. Like, if it was that serious for her to go get her some thug dick, why did she let the biological father watch the baby? She had absolutely no reason not to let the biological father watch this baby while she go do her whole activities. Let me say thank you to Nessa Walker, who just joined the channel membership. Nessa, if you can hear the sound of my voice, I want to say thank you so much for joining the AFC, and thank you for being somebody who stands up and gives these babies a voice. Thank you for what you've done. Thank you very much. So watch these news videos. Let's get it in.
We return tonight with breaking news. Deputies have arrested a Danville woman on charges of first-degree murder and felony child abuse of her son. That woman was arrested in Rockingham County, North Carolina.
Investigators there in the sheriff's office say Shantiequa Woods was taken into custody after her 3-month-old son, Isaiah Woods, died from his injuries at the Danville Hospital last night. Rockingham County investigators believe the infant, I should say, suffered blunt force trauma to the head and torso.
They believe that infant got those injuries while he and his mother were staying in North Carolina. Woods is being held without bond tonight. The investigation is ongoing. Look for updates on this case and look for the latest on our WFXR News app.
All right, here's the next video.
A Danville mother is behind bars tonight after a North Carolina Sheriff's Department says she's responsible for the death of her child. Shantiequa Woods is charged with murder and child abuse after her 3-year-old son died yesterday. The child was taken to a Danville hospital with blunt force trauma to the head and torso. Investigators say the alleged incident happened in Ruffin, North Carolina.
Next video, here we go.
Our top story tonight. A baby is dead and his mother is now behind bars, charged with murdering the 3-month-old boy. WDBJ 7's Lindsay Kane tells us neighbors and friends are shocked by the violence.
30-year-old Shantiequa Woods lives here on Garland Street in Danville, but it was in Rockingham County, North Carolina, where investigators charged and arrested her for killing her 3-month-old son.
And I want y'all to know the distance between those two places from the house that they're standing at to where she went to is about 30 minutes away. It's about 30 minutes away. Cynthia said you tried to use PayPal. If you can do it through Cash App, you can try Cash App or Venmo. If they don't work, then, you know, we can figure it out later. But you're already a channel member, so you're good. You're good, man. Thank you for your support. If you can make it work, cool.
I spoke with neighbors off camera who say they're in shock and don't believe she would have done something like this. One neighbor was in complete disbelief when she heard what happened. She told WDBJ 7 Woods loves kids, and this is extremely unlike her. someone who went to school with Woods and has known her for years, says she loved her baby and can't believe this happened. Deputies from the Rockingham County Sheriff's Office say they're confident they've arrested the right person. Thursday night, investigators charged Woods with first-degree murder and felony child abuse. 3-month-old Isaiah Woods was taken to Danville Hospital, where he died. The Sheriff's Office believes the boy experienced blunt force trauma when staying with his mother in North Carolina. Woods is now in the Rockingham County Detention Facility under no bond. The investigation is still ongoing. In Danville, Lindsay Kane, WTBJ7.
I think she shouldn't have a bond. What do you guys think? I think they got it right. No bond. Let's keep going. Two more videos real quick. Here we go.
Well, developing right now, a Danville woman is behind bars facing murder and child abuse charges after her infant son is pronounced dead at the hospital. Investigators say her 3-month-old son, Isaiah Woods, was heard while he and his mother were staying in North Carolina on Thursday. The infant was taken to the Danville hospital, where he later died from blunt force trauma to his head and also to his torso. Shantiequa Woods was arrested by the Rockingham County Sheriff.
Even she got the name wrong, and I don't blame your white lady, right news reporter, because that's a very, very unique name. I don't like the Antiquas, Shaniquas, and Equas, and all of that. Y'all know I generally call those names hood names, so I hope don't nobody take offense out there. Y'all understand. Y'all understand where I'm coming from.
His head and also to his torso.
Listen to how she pronounces the name.
Shantiequa Woods was a
Shantiequa Woods. Y'all heard that, right? Shantiequa. That's not the name.
His head and also to his torso. Shantiequa Woods was arrested by the Rockingham County Sheriff's Office in North Carolina.
Here's the next video, last video, and then we're going to wrap up. I hear the donations coming in. I'm going to read those here. Let me see. I think I know that name. So that just came in by PayPal. So if you sent that, then I just got yours. I'm going to read it here in just a second, bro. Thank you very much. Here's the last video. Here we go.
We return tonight with breaking news. Deputies have arrested a Danville woman on charges of first-degree murder and felony child abuse of her son. That woman was arrested in Rockingham County, North Carolina.
Investigators there in the sheriff's office say Shantiequa Woods was taken into custody after her 3-month-old son, Isaiah Woods, died from his injuries at the Danville hospital last night. Rockingham County investigators believe the infant, suffered blunt force trauma to the head and torso.
They believe that infant got those injuries while he and his mother were staying in North Carolina. Woods is being held without bond tonight. The investigation is ongoing. Look for updates on this case and look for the latest on our WFXR News app.
I will tell you this. I personally expect for more charges to pop up. And I'm going to tell you guys, since that boyfriend lived with his mama and the mom got charged, I'm expecting, this is what I expect. I expect for the mother of this little boy right here, beautiful little boy, man, beautiful little boy. That really breaks my heart. I expect for the mom to blame some of this on the boyfriend. I expect for her to probably make up some fake account as to what actually happened to this kid. And matter of fact, this kid is only 3 months old. Shit. I didn't even think about that. For the people that are listening right now, I want y'all to give me a thumb up. Hit that thumbs up if y'all want to check this. I didn't even think about this. Her baby is only 3 months old. Can y'all count to 3? Count to 3 for me. So how long has it been since this woman gave birth before she had a new boyfriend when she had this baby by another man? Ooh-wee. Sheesh. That means less than 90 days, she was just with another man's baby being born. In less than 90 days of her baby being born, she's already under under and in a new man. A new boyfriend is already digging her guts out. Hashtag gross. God, like she ain't even had time to heal yet. That is disgusting. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is gross. And we wonder why the STD rate is so goddamn high. What do y'all want to bet that this nasty bitch wasn't using no condoms with this new boyfriend? She's not very attractive. I'm pretty sure that she'd take whatever dick she could probably get. And matter of fact, is that not indicative on this boyfriend, Howard Easley? You nasty motherfucker. You digging out a chick that just had a kid less than 90 days ago? And you was probably digging her out right after she had the kid. Yuck. You can imagine that's a pretty quick time frame. And that's how a lot of these STDs either get started or how they spread so quickly. She didn't even allow her kid to even, I don't know, that's 3 months old. I guess we can forget about the kid learning to walk, take his first steps, learning how to talk, say his first words, have his first birthday. I can guarantee you that nasty nigga did not wrap his junk up. That is, man, ooh. Howard Easley, nigga. Ugh. Okay, let's get past that. If we can, let's get past that. Let's talk about the sister. The family came out to try to speak in the defense of this woman, and I hate calling her a woman because she is less than human to me. She put her kid in a real jacked up spot, okay? You already had your defenseless, innocent 3-month-old baby in the... You let a nigga who was arrested for something, which means he was probably doing some criminal shit, you let him babysit your kid, not because you were going to work, not because you had something important to do. They said that this bitch went to go run errands. What? For a bitch that ain't got a job, what kind of errands did she have to go run? Can somebody explain that to me? They said that she had to go run errands, but you couldn't let the dad keep the kid, right? But you let your new boyfriend keep the kid while you go run errands, but they claim that she loves kids so much. She's been around kids for a long time, right? But you couldn't take your baby with you to go run errands. How much sense does that make? Okay, now, she put her child in harm's way, and to the family, if they're not going to tell us who killed the kid, if you weren't there, then you don't know. If you were there, if you do know, and you ain't said nothing, then the parents and the family and the sister ain't shit. Because if they know something, then they should have told the officers or somebody else who actually beat this baby up and killed this kid, right? This baby had very extensive injuries. That means somebody, and by the way, for the person that asked that they dropped the baby, you don't get blunt force trauma to the head and to the torso. Well, I guess you can. It had to be a pretty hard fall. But for it to kill the baby, I guess that's possible. Because depending on how he hit his head, that is very possible. But she had this baby with a foreign dude. There is not, and I'm going to give her the full 90 days. Let's just say that she knew this boyfriend for the entire 90 days. That's not enough time to be with a man to know how good of a father a man is going to be. Ladies, 90 days is not enough time before you go dropping your fucking kids off with a nigga. You want me to tell you why? Did y'all hear about that story that happened out there in Tulsa about the dad that's raping the mom's baby, the little baby girl? Did y'all hear about that? Ooh. I'm going to tell you guys. Mom's fur baby sent me that story. I don't know how many other people. I think Keyshawn, somebody else. I don't remember. I think Lanisha might have sent me that story. A lot of people sent me that story. And they sent me the screenshots and they sent some pictures, the text messages. God bless those fool souls, because not only are they going to hell, but somebody is going to fuck them up if they get them in jail or anywhere where ain't no cameras at. What they did to that little girl up there in Tulsa, I'm going to tell you guys, just for the people that don't know, for the people that are listening right now, I'm in talks with a couple of YouTubers. I'm not going to tell you guys who just yet. But we are probably going to put our resources and platforms together, because that's what the AFC stands for. Anybody who is advocates for children, we are going to stand together and we're going to let our voices be heard. Okay? So to those people that know that they hit me up, we have a little bit of a plan right now, but we're in talks of potentially trying to see what we can do about that case, because that is absolutely asinine. But how does that type of thing happen? Because I told ladies, and I've been telling you guys for a long time, these men do not care about your children at all. That's not their seed. And generally, when a lion comes into the pack with cubs that are not his, he generally will kill the cubs and keep the mom. It's the way it works in nature. And we as people tend to be animalistic, right? We tend to be very animalistic in our behavior. That's just a fact. Okay? But we definitely plan on trying to go talk about that. But this is something that's ongoing. That's why you have websites called momsboyfriend.com. Now, why would they come up with such a website? Because this type of thing is very, very prevalent. Okay? Last thing. The family is being so defensive, but not once did you hear them come out and talk about condolences to the baby. You didn't hear them talk about coming out and having, coming out in the community for prayer. You didn't see them release balloons. You didn't see them come out and burn candles for the baby. You didn't see them come out and set up a visual or a vigil. Of course, it's a vigil, but niggas say visual. They didn't set up a vigil. They did nothing in honor of this baby. Nothing. And the fact that they did not accuse the boyfriend, they did not charge the boyfriend, I think speaks volumes. Because this police system definitely does not care about black men. The justice system definitely has not proven that it cares about black men. Those are their main workhorses. And I want you guys to understand, they are eager to get each and every man that they can get, especially black men, in that prison system, because they're building more private prisons than they are schools. Therefore, they need more men. So that also makes it worse on her, the fact that they said, no, she did it over the man. I think that's very indicative. To me, all of these things let me know that the mom did something wrong, and I hope that the details come out in court. We're going to follow this case, and we'll probably end up doing an update depending on what all comes out, okay? But yeah, that poor baby did not stand a chance, and I'm going to pause it right there. That is a perfect picture of this baby to get you guys to understand. He's standing there with his arms raised up, innocent eyes, beautiful face. I want to be loved. I want to be protected. I want to be fed. And I just want someplace soft to sleep so my body can do what it needs to do and grow up and get bigger and grow stronger so that one day I could grow up to be something great. Isaiah Woods did not get that opportunity. And because everybody else had a priority on something else other than him, it cost this baby his life. That is so unfair. And I believe that Isaiah Woods deserved better. He deserved better family. He deserved a better mother. Okay? I want to thank you guys for listening to the story. And prayer hands up, RIP Isaiah Woods. I want to thank you guys for at least coming to our stream. And I'm sure that Isaiah, in a special place in heaven, appreciates our platform for speaking for somebody who cannot speak for himself and who cannot defend himself against the tyranny of his caretakers, okay? Thank you guys so much for listening to the story. From my heart to yours,